Hey, how's it going, my friends? Welcome to another episode of the Mindfully Resilient podcast. And I'm on location at the Breathe Studio powered by the Womb Vaughan here in Vaughan, Ontario, or more specifically, Concord, Ontario. And it's actually in my wife's business here. This is the fitness space, and we have another unit. Yeah, she has another unit that handles more of the integrative healthcare stuff. We're talking about massage therapy, chiro, nutrition, naturopathy, or naturopathic medicine, more specifically, pelvic floor physio. So the business is actually catered towards pre and postnatal women, and the services are extended to their families. So it's pretty much a family oriented business. And the fitness space here, the studio is beautiful. For those of you watching the video, you see the beautiful mural I have behind me here. We have inspiring words like nurture, love, relax, connection, and the list goes on. I mean, it's a lot of stuff here, and you have strong and sweat. And this space hasn't been really used since the opening in November. And what's really, it's a beautiful fitness space where you would have yoga and high intensity boot camps hosted by yours truly. And it's a shame, but we're slowly finally starting to open up here in Ontario, where we're finally allowed, since last week or a week and a half ago, to host outdoor fitness classes and even personal training. I mean, I'm not going to get into the politics, though. It's beyond the scope of the show, because this show is meant to inspire you, to teach you, and to help you grow, to be the best version of yourself. As I have always said, we talk about fitness, we talk about mindset. But I just want to say, it just feels great to be in here, and the energy when I'm teaching virtual classes, you feel the energy, and I play the music. I play the music on the speaker here, 1100 watts of power, and it's just the slightest notch up one level, you just feel it. And so I have that going. So I'm looking forward to the day here in Ontario, and I know a lot of my friends, especially in the U.S. And California, just opened up to indoor fitness. Things are opening up, and it feels great. So for those of you listening, my friends in California, I'm rooting for you. I'm so proud. I'm so happy for you guys. You keep it going. You keep crushing. Keep inspiring your communities and those of around the country, around Canada. If you're opening up already, go for it. Congratulations. I'm happy for you as well. Keep it going. Let's go. Let's make that impact as fitness professionals, because we're here to make a change. We're here to help people live their best lives, right? And we're training them to just be strong and be the example for others. I mean, for myself, the people I mostly work with are parents, mostly parents. I think 85% of my clients are parents. And I want them to set the example for their kids. And it's amazing to see the standard they're setting. And I'm losing my words here, but in a lot of my sessions virtually, I've noticed the kids jump in and they're doing some of the moves, which is amazing, because we need to push, we need to encourage our children to be strong and to be healthy. And we want to do that for ourselves as well. And brings me to today's episode. And I'm not, I know I'm talking about family and children and whatnot, but I was thinking about, what am I going to talk about today? What am I going to talk about in today's episode? And it just hit me. If for those of you who listen to the show, who've been listening to the podcast since the beginning, I always end the show with, and I'm sure you're saying it right now, live every day with joy, curiosity, and passion. 3 words: joy, curiosity, and passion. And you may have your own interpretation of it. I mean, I have my own. But it means something. If you have your own interpretation, I want you to work with it. I want you to use that to help you thrive, to give you that spark, that little, how would I say, set the fire from underneath your seat and get you going. And you must be wondering, Joseph, where did you come up with that line? So I'm going to explain to you the origin of that tagline that I've associated with this podcast. And I'm going to give credit. I'm going to give credit to somebody here because it's not entirely mine. I was inspired by it. So I would say maybe about 2 years ago, I was on a run. And I typically run with the Nike Run Club app. I mean, it's a great app. I mean, I got this Apple Watch here. So for those who are on the camera, you see it. I'm wearing an Apple Watch, Nike Edition, Series 3, still good. Had it for 3 years now. And it came with preloaded with the Nike Run Club. And I thought to myself, let's start running. There was something about it. I was started pushing myself into other modalities of fitness, right? So back in 2018, I was laid off. I was laid off from my job, and but so I started really changing the way, started doing one specific style, started trying different styles of training, and come to think of it, actually, I got the watch before I was laid off, so about 6 months. So in January. What really actually sparked my interest in running was one of my clients who was running, and I was curious to know how running worked. Funny, eh? It's kind of weird when I say that. How does running work? But in order to prescribe exercises, I need to understand the activity. I need to know what goes on in the movement, right? With running, we have posture, so we're talking about core, and then we have the arms moving, shoulder strength, but we have glute strength. When we're running, we got to use our glutes to propel ourselves forward. It's not our knees. It's using those glutes. Even when we walk, by the way, when we walk, we're supposed to be using our glutes, and we use a lot of our hip flexors, which causes a lot of tension there. So next time you walk, try to push using your glutes. Kind of an interesting feeling if you think about it. Now, I started running, and with the watch, because I have the watch, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start right now, because my client encouraged me. I was curious, and I just started, I started running regularly. We're doing morning runs, and I was using the Nike Run Club app. A lot of great. I'm not sponsored by them or in any way, but I really enjoyed their guided runs. Did kind of like a coaching, so to speak, reminding me, okay, keep that posture upright. And I was doing more of the mindful runs. So I was running, and I was doing a lot of the running with Headspace. So if you're familiar with Headspace, Headspace is a mindful meditation app, and they collaborated with Nike to create these guided runs. This collection of runs, where we're talking about we have the morning run with Headspace, or a regular run, but with the morning run, you would have like more of things related to the morning, the sun, the chirping of the birds, etc. And it was great. It was a great feeling. And then I decided to try other collections down the road. And there was one point, I think, so around 2018, maybe 2019, I was running one morning, and I was doing another run, and the coach guiding this run, his name is Coach Chris Bennett. And for those of you who run and use the Nike Run Club app, you may be familiar with him and his teachings, his coaching, and his voice, and in his style of coaching. It's really fun. You should listen to him. Yeah, you have some of those occasional dad jokes, but it's really fun. It's really fun to listen to. Really gets you going, and really helps you get that right technique down. And then on the tail end of one of the guided runs, and I forget which one it was, he reminds you to run every day with joy, curiosity, and passion. And I was like, okay, that stuck with me. But I didn't have an interpretation for it yet. And then I was like, just going back to it and listening to it, and it really stuck with me. I actually wrote it down because it was a great quote. But then I realized so I started doing this podcast, I wanted to come up with something inspiring. something to close the episode, to remind you to be the best version of yourself, to live the best version of yourself. And this line came to mind. And all I did was rephrase it to live every day with joy, curiosity, and passion. Instead of the run is great. You're in your own bubble. It's your meditation. Yes, when you run, do it with joy, do it with curiosity, do it with passion. And I'll explain those 3 words in a moment and how I interpret them. But the same thing can be applied to life. How you live, experience every moment. Yeah. So, and it just stuck with even my wife as an anniversary gift last year. Last year was our 9-year wedding anniversary, and the traditional gift is pottery. So I got a nice little Coach Josef mug that said "Live every day, live with joy, curiosity, and passion." Actually, was it 8? I forget. Actually, it was last year. Last year, if not the year before. It was the year before. It was 8 years where it was pottery. Anywho, so when I talk to people, I remind them of these 3 lessons. So joy, curiosity, and passion. So what does joy mean? What does joy mean? Well, it can mean a lot of things, but simply said, joy is, how would I say it? With happiness, with contentment. All right, you're smiling while you're doing something. You're smiling. You feel great. When we do things in life, sometimes we do it just like we're just mumbling to ourselves, we're just grumbling, we're just like mad, frustrated. Even things we're supposed to like, a workout maybe, spending time with our kids. Hey, for you parents out there, has it ever happened? You better not lie. Seriously, I know the truth. I know the truth. Have you ever been with your kids and you realize like you just don't feel joy, like true joy? You'd rather be somewhere else, like watching the game, be with your buddies, or drinking a glass of wine. I don't know. We've had those moments. We've all had those moments. Or working out, we're just like, oh, I don't want to do this, but it's good for you. You'll feel great after, but you're just like blah 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 blah. Or how about even reading a book begrudgingly? Like you don't want to read a book, but you're reading a book. Why you're reading a book? Or how about waking up every morning? I have to get out of bed. I have to go to work. I have to do this. Get out of bed with joy. Be happy that you're able to get out of bed, that you have a chance to do something great, that you have another chance. Every day is a second chance. Every day is a second chance. Be happy about those opportunities. You get to work out, you get to wake up, you get to go to work, you get to have breakfast, you get to have a phone call with your friend, you get to see your family. Do it with a smile. Be happy about it. I'm not talking about being super hyped up and smiling like crazy, but do it with be in the moment and do it with joy. It's like, yes, I get to do it. So it's almost like a celebration, right? Almost like a celebration. Well, it's pretty much a celebration. Celebrate every moment. And it is hard. Yet, like do your best. We're going to have moments of weakness where we're just going to be like, it's fine. But don't let it overtake your mindset. Reframe your mindset and say, okay, I get to do this. Oh, that's, like, this is cool. This is so cool. All right. And like, that's what you got to do. Fine. Say things. Say it out loud if you have to. It's like, this is so, like, for example, you're with your friends. This is so awesome. We get to be together. This is so awesome. I get to have this great breakfast. And when you're with your family, with your parents, when you're with your kids, it's creepy, but look at them. Be with them. Smile, because you first of all, hey, you created those little people. They're awesome. They're smiling, adorable, but you see reflections of yourself and you just see how they're growing, and it's just so, and it those are things that can easily bring you joy. So let it bring you joy. Let the joy come in. So there are times where I feel like, I don't feel happy. I'm not hiding it. When you live with depression, when you live with anxiety, it's just like, I don't have high anxiety, I'm saying, but like for those of you who do, or anger management, be aware. Be aware. Just try to at least smile, and be, just think of something different rather than the negative. Look at the upside of things. It's practice. It's like doing an exercise, right? Now, the next one, curiosity. Curiosity is quite interesting, because I never understood curiosity. People say, be curious, live with curiosity, or even the coaches I've spoken to, you just gotta be curious. I'm like, what does curious mean? And I figured it out for myself. Now, you may have your own interpretation, but let's see if we're on the same page. Curiosity is wondering or experiencing what you can do, what you can achieve. Or you have an event that's happening, something is a situation that's it's happening in front of you, and you're not sure about it, but you want to be curious, like, let's see where this is going to lead to. Let's see where this is going to take me, or how it's going to benefit me, or how it's going to help me grow. All right. I think the safest, I think the easiest example I can give that comes to mind right now, and is for those of you who played video games. Now, you're playing a game for like about an hour, and you're like, okay, I think it's time to call it quits because it's late at night. Then you get to a save point, you hit save, and you're curious to see what's going to happen next. So you kind of play a little bit more, and all of a sudden, it's another hour. And then you're like, oh wow, I'm going to play some more. That's curiosity. So same thing, what you can do when it comes to fitness. I mean, I do this all the time with fitness, is that I just did, let's say, for example, I did an exercise, I did 15 reps. It was easy. Maybe I can do 20. Let's do 20. Or maybe can I do a heavier load? Let's try out another set. Let's experience it. Let's see what I can do. We were thrown into situations sometimes back at my old job. I remember that I was thrown into projects where I believed, I had self-doubt. I didn't believe I can do them, but I wasn't curious. It's like, let's experience it. And by experiencing something, that's how we learn. You ever try to experiment with something? Cooking? Let's see if I'm curious, if I put a spice or something in, or cook it this way, how will it taste? You'll never know if you don't try, right? And that's what curiosity is. You'll never know until you try something, right? So walk past your limits. Don't break your limits, but push them. So you have a line that's your potential, and you want to push it further to get closer to what's driving your curiosity. So you're curious about running, you're running, you typically run 10 minutes, or let's say 5, or maybe 2 kilometers. See what you can do. See if you can push 500 more kilometers, right? So instead of 2 kilometers, 2.5, try 2.5 kilometers. That's curiosity. And then you'll realize, wow, I'm growing. Like, physically, you're pushing yourself, getting stronger. You have more endurance. Or, if somebody tells you something and you're curious about a fact, you're going to research it. You're going to go on the internet, look it up. You're going to pick up a book, and then you just gain more knowledge because you were curious about something. So every day, you live every day with curiosity. It's going into an experience you've never tried before, but you're wondering how it will go down. Like, another example is, remember your first date. You're curious to see if you would be compatible with your partner, whether it worked out or not. That's that's the end outcome. But it's your curiosity that helped you figure out whether or not it will work. You know, when you ask somebody, you're afraid to ask somebody something because you're afraid they might say no. Well, ask them anyway. You know the possibility is no, but at least you'll know. How many no's have I said in that? Okay. So when you want to ask somebody, when you're afraid to ask somebody something, just ask it. Worst they can say is no. Just recently I was asking a few colleagues of mine for some mentorship. I know they're busy people, but I still ask the questions because I won't. How would I know? Like I could have an opportunity that they say yes, but if they said no, oh, I understand that they're busy. Then you can move on. You have your answer and move on. Now, the third one, passion. Passion, I learned this. It's passion. We kind of, and a colleague of mine, someone I know, a mentor, a coach, Ira Davis. We had a call one time, and he described passion to me because we often interchange it with purpose and purpose and our why. My passion is X, Y, and Z. My why, my purpose is my passion. Well, we all, you may, a lot of us interchange that. Passion. So when we talk, let me take a step back. Purpose and why, in the way Ira Davis mentioned it to me, the chief dream diver. So look up dreamdiver.co. You'll check him out. Awesome fellow, by the way. Awesome fellow. Great coach. He explained to me that, or asked me the question, are you willing to die for it? Are you willing to do anything for it? That's your passion. That's your why. Are you willing to die for it? It sounds kind of morbid, doesn't it? Yeah. But that's what passion, what purpose and why, that's what they are. Now, passion, it's enthusiasm. You're enthusiastic about it. All right. So I'm passionate about something. I'm passionate about fitness. I'm passionate about helping people. You're enthusiastic. You have that energy, but you're going to put your heart into it. It's not dying for it, but you're going to put your heart into it. So whatever you do like put your heart into it. We do a lot of things, earmuffs children, half-assed, but we rarely put our hearts into it. So let's go back to that example of spending time with the children. I talked about enjoy. Like sometimes we're just like, yeah, I'm gonna have to spend time with the kids. You get to spend time with the kids. Now, when you're spending time with your children, put enthusiasm into it. Be with them. Give them your heart. That's all they want is your heart, is your love. When you're creating a masterpiece, it is your heart, it is your enthusiasm, your passion that's being communicated. You see it. Now, for those of you who are watching this video, this YouTube video, you see in the background this mural, as I pointed out earlier. The person who did it, she took her time. She put it, it's her passion. She's enthusiastic about it. So she made something beautiful out of it. There's nothing half-assed about it. Every detail is very well done. You could see the brush strokes and the different color tone and the tones and the how would I say, the color grades. Now, you're making a phone call. Are you calling somebody? Put your heart into it. Listen to the other side of the conversation. Turn off the TV. Turn off all distractions. Now, if you have your children around playing and playing around, and it's hard to hear. And I think the best time to have a conversation with somebody is when you can be with them, whether it's on the phone or in person. Is be with them. Meaning, no TV. Have you ever done this? You're sitting on the couch and you're watching the game or something, and then you're on the phone. Hey, what's going on? Yeah, what's up? You're not putting your enthusiasm into it. When you're experiencing something new, put your enthusiasm into it. put passion. You're like, yes, I get to do this. I get to do this. And I'm like, oh yeah, and you use, and you're just putting your focus into whatever experience you're experiencing. I mean, there's nothing more I can say about that. I think you get it. But it's not about, it's about, it's putting your heart into it. So if I were to recap the 3 words, joy, curiosity, and passion, live every day with joy, curiosity, and passion, would be live every day with a smile. When in doing everything, in experiencing things, in everything you do, be happy about it. Celebrate it. Live every day with joy, curiosity. Ask yourself, what can I do more to push my potential, to grow, to be 1% better than yesterday? Can I do that extra rep, that extra set, that extra kilometer, that extra mile? I know I can do it. Let's see. The last one, live every day with joy, curiosity, and passion. Put your heart into it. Once again, kids, earmuffs, don't do it half-assed. Do it full-assed. What an expression. Yes, I'm going to see that now on social media now. It's like the full-assed episode. Yes, no. Put your heart into it. Put your heart into everything you do. I mean, not, there could be a few things you could do quickly, but the stuff that matters for your growth and your own, not just your personal growth, but the growth of others and the growth of the relationships you have with others. Put your heart into it. Do it with enthusiasm. Yes. There's something, if you're, just that excites you, put that excitement into what you're doing. Now, I hope that explains my closing tagline for every episode. I mean, I wonder, I wanted to share that with you today because it's also applicable to to all our lives. And I just thought it would be appropriate right now with the start of summer. Right now, summer just started a couple of days ago. Things are opening up. We lived 15 months in a state of panic, fear, anxiety, stress. But we've also had an opportunity in the past 15 months to tap into what we really can do. We really had the opportunity to grow. Those ideas we had that were kind of on the back burner, well, guess what? We lit them up and we got them cooking. We got creating. We got to creating. We got to experience what makes us thrive. We got to work on us, work on our relationships, work through adversity to find the opportunities. Now, if you enjoyed this episode or you're enjoying the show in general, please, and if you're listening on iTunes or Apple Podcasts, please take a moment to leave a 5-star rating and review. When I see the reviews come in, it lights my heart up. It lights my heart up, but also I use them as well to ensure, to use them to deliver, to bring you the lessons you're looking for that'll help you thrive and grow and to be the best version of yourself. And I know we say that a lot, to be the best version of yourself, but it's true. Be better than you were an hour ago. Be better than you were this morning. Be better than you were yesterday. Be better than you were last week, last month, last year. I want you to look back, as a matter of fact, look back in the past 15 months and see how far you've come. See how you've grown. I'm not talking about, hey, winning the jackpot. I'm saying where you were last year, where you are now. What changed? What feels good about that change? Ask yourself that question. Hey, let me know on social media. Tag me and just post a story and let me know, hey, this is what changed and I feel good about it. Anyways, don't forget to leave that review. And if you know somebody who would really benefit from the Mindfully Resilient podcast show, please share the link with them. Share the link on iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts, all the podcasting platforms. Just share it with them to give them that inspiration, that knowledge, from all the guests we have on the show. A lot of amazing teachings. And use it, share it with them to remind them, and you as well, to live every day with joy, curiosity, and passion.